that more traditional lace, nice and soft, that continues up on the top here, is that it's not such a straight line, so it's not so obvious. Fits me just great. It's fitting me exactly where I would want it. The natural light isn't so much on me, so you can get a little bit of a different glimpse of what this color might look like. Like, I wish I could have you feel this through the screen, how smooth and how sleek this is. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm excited to bring to you a review on the brand new Miss Comfort by Ellen Wille. Before I jump into it all, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. Alright, so this summer of 2026, Ellen Wille has released about 4 new styles, and this is one of them. This is Miss Comfort. I just took it out of the box, plopped it on my head, and this is what it's going to look like. This is just going to be one of those easy to wear, easy to maintain kind of styles that you can just put on and not worry too much about. This one, if you are looking for a low density, Miss Comfort is a very low density with absolutely no permatease in it. So we're gonna have this really low laying, low profile look, really sleek, really smooth. Like, I wish I could have you feel this through the screen, but it is really smooth. And I think you can see that almost in this video, how smooth and how sleek this is. How many times did I just say smooth and sleek? I'm sorry. It's just really smooth and sleek, you guys. Anyways, this is going to be made with heat-friendly synthetic fiber. So although for me, this is a style that sits above my shoulders, and for me, it's not necessarily going to rub on my clothing and rub on my shoulders too much. For some of you, you might have a shorter face length, shorter neck length, and it might sit a little bit more on your shoulders. And if that's the case, then you will still get a little bit of that friction frizz on the ends, causing you to have those frizzy frazzly ends that you will ultimately need to maintain with some heat. But because this is a really straight style, this is gonna be super easy to maintain with either a hair straightener or a hot airbrush, because when you do get those frizzly frazzly ends, it's heat that you need to put on it in order to get rid of that. But honestly, take your hair straightener, go through with a comb, follow behind with your hair straightener, and that's gonna get rid of the frizz, easy peasy. Now, of course, we have these bangs here. It's not what I would consider a wispy bang. It's definitely a bang. Now they're kind of like poking me in the eyes as I'm talking to you. But this bang is definitely here. But in case you are worried about the wind blowing your bangs to the side, or if you ever wanted to style your bangs to the side at all, you do have a lace front. Now, I will mention, this is not your typical monofilament lace front. This is more of a traditional lace, which is a lot softer and really great for comfort. But I'm sure, as you can see in this video, this lace is a little bit visible. Now, what they have done is they have scalloped the lace here. And now the point behind a scallop lace is that it's not such a straight line, so it's not so obvious. However, in this case, it's still quite obvious. You can see it. And you are gonna find that this lace does go pretty much to your ear tabs, all the way to the side here. Now, obviously, it's not my favorite kind of lace ever because it is very noticeable and it does lift quite easily because it is very soft. But if you are looking for comfort, then you have that peace of mind knowing that it is going to be comfortable and you have the bangs here to hide it. So it's not truly going to be visible at all. So if this were a style that didn't have the bangs and it sat to the side like this, that is something that I would definitely cut back quite a bit to try and make that lace not so visible. But we have the bangs. So on this particular style, I'm not as concerned, but just want you to know that is what it looks like. Now that more traditional lace, nice and soft, nice and comfortable on your head here, that continues up on the top here. So we do have that lace top, which does allow you to part it anywhere you want. Now, just remember, again, this is not that monofilament material. It's that same traditional soft lace that carries on onto the lace top. So you might find that the knotting and the lace in general is a little bit more visible than if it were a monofilament top. But that is what it looks like. And then of course, because this is a color that has darker roots, anytime you have those darker roots or a darker fiber, the knots are going to be generally more visible than if it were a lighter fiber. But anyways, that's what your top is going to look like. But let me give you guys a spin so you can actually see what this whole thing looks like. I do love the overall look of this and the overall comfort. It is a comfortable cap. And I mean, it's called Miss Comfort, so I would hope that it would be comfortable, but it is. Okay, let me spin. And you know what? This is a really lightweight feeling wig. It does not feel like I have a lot on my head. It feels very lightweight, like a feather. And honestly, a lot of Ellen Wille styles feel like that. Now, the overall fit of this is very true to average. So I am a petite size. I measure 20.5 inches in circumference, 11.5 inches front to nape, and 11.5 inches ear to ear. The ear to ear fits me just great. It's fitting me exactly where I would want it, just above my ear crease and just in front of my ear, kind of where my temples are. So ear to ear fits me pretty good. My front to nape, this is a little big on me. That's where you're gonna find that extra little bit of bulk in the cap. And then in terms of the circumference, I haven't changed the adjusters at all since getting this out of the box. And it's a little big, like I can really easily see how easily I could just pull that right off. So this does not fit me like a glove. I do know that if I were to do a little bit of this, like it's gonna fall right off very easily. So for me as a petite size, I definitely need to bring in the adjusters, and I have a lot of space to do that because, like I said, I haven't touched them since I got it out of the box. There's somebody doing their lawn work, of course, right now. Sorry if you hear that in the background. Oh my gosh, they got out their leaf blower, they're blowing stuff around. Anyways, as a petite size, I definitely have a lot of room to bring in those adjusters to make this fit me a lot better. But actually, since I have this off, let's just take a look at the cap here. So here is this lace material, not monofilament, it is lace, and you can very clearly here see the scalloped lace front to, I think, attempt to make it a little bit more seamlessly melt into your skin. But as we saw with it on me, it didn't really happen. But of course, like I mentioned, the bangs are there to make it all okay, I guess. And then it goes into that lace top here where you can part it anywhere you want within this section here. Then we have enclosed wefting. So this is wefting where all the fibers have been sewn by a machine into these rows. You can see the rows being sewn here, but it is closed. So you can't stick your fingers through. It's not going to be as breathable and ventilated as if it were a open wefted cap, but you do get a little bit of additional comfort with the feeling of this closed wefted cap here. And then I will show you, it has a little bit of stretch. Honestly, not a ton of stretch, but it's sort of there. You can kind of see it stretching a little bit. And then you have your extended felt nape with your Velcro adjusters to adjust your circumference if you need. So that's what your cap is gonna look like. And I am wearing this today in the color Chocolate Frosted. This is a really unique color. You're going to have, oh gosh, my finger got stuck. There's a tiny little tangle there. You're gonna have a base of a 6 here. So a 6 is going to be a medium brown, and you can definitely see that this is that 6 base, that is that medium brown base here. And on top of that, you're going to have a 33 and you're going to have an 18. So the 33, typically a 33 is going to be more of like a medium to dark auburn color. In this color, I find it almost comes across as pink when I look at it, which is, it's a really unique color. I wish it could come across a little bit more here, but it brings out some warmth in this color. Plus you have the 18, which is gonna be more of the cooler ash blonde that you see in this. And because I'm standing right in front of a window, which really brightens up the color, I'm gonna step back a bit so that the natural light isn't so much on me, so you can get a little bit of a different glimpse of what this color might look like. So here is Chocolate Frosted. Anyways, here it is, not so much in the light, but as I walk closer to the window, you're gonna see that cool blonde really jump out, making this like, look at how different that is. And this right here is why lighting is so important and why it's so confusing too, because this right here looks like a different color altogether than this right here. Like suddenly that cool blonde is so toned down. So I don't want someone to order this color thinking that it's going to look like super, super duper blonde like this, because it's not. It's kind of in between that and this right here. Anyways, I could be going back and forth all day long. It's very interesting, isn't it? Sorry, I'm gonna get you back on my little stand here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I also wanted to show you how this can fit in a little half up, half down. I love half up, half downs. Basically, on any wig, I would put a half up, half down on almost any wig, especially if there's a bang or a curtain bang or a layer in the front. It just always works perfectly. And this one also works perfectly. I would bring a little bit of fiber. I already left some on here. Make sure you keep the fiber out front so that your ear tabs aren't showing, because if your ear tabs show on this one, you are gonna see that lifting lace that either you might wanna glue down a little bit, or bring that fiber in the front here so that you don't see it. So here's what your half up, half down is gonna look like. Please do not judge what the back looks like. I did this rather quickly. I don't know what it looks like, but I'll show it to you anyway. It might look extra cute if you had like a little elastic or a little bow or something. I bet that would look even better. But anyways, if you are looking for a very lightweight, very low density, sleek, sophisticated, cute little style, this one is a pretty good option for that. The only downfall, in my opinion, really is the visible lace and the fact that this lace does lift pretty easily. But again, that is remedied in a way by the fact that there's bangs. So you don't really notice that at all. And in turn, you are gonna get that extra comfort. So you are not gonna get that pokey lace feeling that you sometimes would get if it were a monofilament lace. Anyways, I feel like these bangs are at that length for me where they're poking me in the eyes. They're just like a little bit too long. So you may need to trim the bangs if it's a little too long for you, or you could even just like situate this up a little bit more, pull it back just a touch, and that might help you. But yeah, for me, these bangs are just like right at that spot where they're like jabbing you in the eye. And I don't know if you guys have ever had a synthetic fiber just like poke you right in the eyeball. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, let me take this out so you guys can get one final look at this sleek, smooth style. I'll say it one more time for you. But hopefully this was helpful for you guys in making a decision on whether or not this is the right one for you. If you have any questions, let me know below. I'm happy to try and answer them for you. But if not, then thanks for being here. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.